Don't have to agree to disagree. Say, I'm happy, you're happy. Just focus on your thing, like I'm focusing on my thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we don't have to cross paths in here.
I couldn't even sleep yesterday. I snuck downstairs and I kissed him, and I just needed a hug, just anything.
I said I love the new Kai, and I love the new Kai. I like the fact that he's a man of his word and is not going to back down, as I said yesterday. And Olivia's very delusional. The fact that she thinks that she can get away with calling people all sorts of names, and when it comes to her, she demands an apology. She's crazy. And Tanya is petty. Petty. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Martin thought he was it, and the way he talked to Shaq on the first day, I said I didn't like it. And well, Karma has come home, and oh, I can't wait for tonight's episode. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 9, episode 36. Please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. We're trying to get it to 1,000 subs. So the episode begins with Will and Jesse. They're excited, because Will has professed his love to Jesse and Jesse has professed their love to Will. And as I've said before, I really hope Jesse is genuine in what she's saying. And I hope she's not just telling Will what he needs to hear in order for them to stay on the show and probably win the show. Because I think he would be very heartbroken if it turned out that Jesse was playing the game. So I really hope that Jesse is as serious about him as she made out. And then you have Casey, Tom, and Lana busy talking about Kai. I think everyone in the villa can see that there is a different side to Kai, in the sense that they can see that he's more happier with Sana, he's more relaxed. And I think this is eating at Olivia because she wanted to be the source of his joy, and that's not the case. In the middle of the conversation, the islanders receive a text message that the hideaway is open, and so everyone volunteers for Ron and Lana to go. And I think outside of Kai and Sana, Ron and Lana were the only other secure couple that could go, because or I don't think uh, Tom and Sammy are at that point, and I think because Kai and Sana are still new, and because Kai is a teacher, he might not want to go to the hideaway. And if he does go, he might want to sort of be very careful, because obviously he still has to bear in mind that he's got a job to do when he gets back home. And if the parents start protesting about the way that he was moving around in the villa, then he might lose his job. They go to the hideaway. I think at this point, I think the connection is as strong as it will ever be, and they seem very excited in the hideaway. We didn't get to see whether they had sex, and Lana didn't let it slip when they came back. So it was nice to see them go. It was nice to see that everybody. I like one thing I like about the hideaway is that everybody else is sort of coming along until they get to the door, and it's like, why are you sort of following along? Why are you having to make sure that they actually do go in? um you know what happens in the hideaway, so why does everybody have to march along? But anyway, it is what it is. Ron and Lana are excited with the sex toys, with the lingerie. They are ecstatic. They're sort of getting acquainted to everything in the hideaway. It's interesting that Olivia, I think after hoping Sana would get Kai to apologize and he didn't apologize, she's decided to confront Kai on her behalf. And I have to give it to Kai. I love Kai 2.0. Oh my God, I like this version of Kai because he sticks to his word. He says, I'm not going to apologize and I'm not going to rehash things. I am moving on. You are moving on with Maxwell. I'm happy with Sana, and that's it. I'm happy that he stuck to his guns and he didn't waver in his stance that I will not apologize. I will not apologize, and I will not readdress things that we've moved on from. I am with Sana. I'm very happy. You're with Maxwell. You seem to be doing very well. So that's it, and that's where we're going to end. And for Olivia to say, you're calling me fake, you're calling me disingenuous, you couldn't say that. That's rude. I demand an apology. And Kai said, no, I'm not giving you an apology. Well, I don't want you to go around saying things about me to people. And it's like, Olivia, we know you're going to do that. And as soon as she got with the girls, she started telling them about her conversation with Kai and how horrible Kai was in the fact that he didn't want to apologize to her, even though he knew he was wrong. And it's like, What do you expect? He's standing his ground. He's a man of his word. I salute him, and I have to give him credit for that. Everybody gets ready for bed, and then Tanya slips downstairs to give Shaq a kiss, and it's like, where did that come from? What happened? Why is it suddenly, you feel the need to kiss him? You were not talking to him recently. So what did you expect? Did you expect him to apologize first? And because he hasn't apologized, you've realized that he might actually move on if a bombshell comes. So you have to do your best to win him back. In the morning, everyone wakes up, and I'm surprised that Shaq actually comes upstairs to where everybody else is asleep. I think it's because he's on his own downstairs, and he goes to his friend Will. I love their friendship. I really love their friendship and how close they've become. Everybody's talking about Lana and Ron and what they think might have happened in the hideaway, and Ron and Lana then enter and sort of see everybody else. And it's interesting during the debriefing because everybody's talking about their connections. Will is discussing his connection with Jesse. He feels they're in a better place now. Although Jesse feels that Will betrayed her trust, there's now a dent there that they will need to work on. Lana is very vague about what happened in the hideaway, and it's like, if you had sex, just let someone know you did have sex. Ron is ecstatic. He feels that this has brought them closer. Martin is still in no man's land. He's still wondering what happened and wants to know exactly where he stands when it comes to Tanya. Tanya's still saying she's stuck between Shaq and Martin, and she doesn't know what she's going to do. While they're having a conversation, Shaq lets Ron and Kai know that in the night, Tanya came up to him and gave him a hug, a very tight hug, and she kissed him. And so, he is excited about that, and he's hoping, they continue to. He doesn't know where things go from there. The guys are sort of encouraging him that, you really need to fight for your girl. If this is what you want, then you need to fight for it. And it's like, I think he's going to take her back. I think he's going to take her back. The guys go and make breakfast. Martin makes breakfast for Tanya. Will makes breakfast for Jesse. And it's like, oh, it was to be expected. What did you expect? It was to be expected. Tanya and Martin are still talking, obviously, with Martin worried that Tanya needs to make a decision. She keeps saying she's thinking, she's thinking. He wants her to make a decision so that he knows where he stands. And I am saying, I called this before when I said Tanya's going to play him the same way she played David. And guess what? She is playing him. Because the fact that she's retreating, I think she's realized that Shaq is not going to fight for her. And if she wants Shaq, then she needs to end things with Martin. And she's now looking for a way to end things with Martin. I think Tanya's hope was that they would have a recoupling, and that's the way she'd be able to get rid of Martin. And because they haven't had a recoupling, she doesn't know what to do. And she's sort of stuck in no man's land in the sense that she doesn't like Martin, but she still wants Shaq. She's hoping Shaq will make the effort, and Shaq has refused to make any effort. So she's realized that she now has to do the heavy lifting herself. Jesse and Will are excited. They're talking about, their connection, and it's the same old, same old. And then out of the blue, Olivia's crazy. She tried to sort of get Kai to apologize, and when she couldn't get Kai to apologize, she decided to sabotage Kai in the sense that she called Sana for a chat, was trying to sort of it was made to seem like Sana called her for a chat, and she was telling Sana that I feel Kai is telling you exactly the same things that he told me. He told me that you could see us working on the outside. He's doing this. I think because she's realized that bad mouthing him to the girls isn't working, so she's decided to go to the source because she knows Sana is the person that's making Kai happy, and Sana is the reason why Kai is not turning his head. And so this is why she's pushing to try and sort of get in between Sana and Kai. But I love the fact that Sana didn't bite. She minded her own business, and this left Olivia with no sort of leverage over her to go and complain to the other girls. So we'll see how that plays out. Tanya goes and confides in Jessie that, she went downstairs the night before and she kissed Shaq. And I think this is because the two of them Jessie and Tanya have a bond in the sense that they confided in each other when they had sex in the hideaway. And so this is why I think from time to time when they have a little secret that they don't want anyone else to know about, they will run and sort of talk amongst themselves. And I think Tanya is trying to sort of get someone who she thinks will give her an unbiased opinion, or someone who is sort of will give her an honest opinion about what they think. Although Jessie didn't say anything, all she said was, I'll keep your secret for you, and that's it. And so I don't know how long that will last. The producers are shady because after the Olivia and Sana conversation, Kai then receives a text message that is going on a date with Sana. And you can tell that Olivia's pretending. She's putting, well, I guess she's a good actress because she seemed very happy for them, but I don't believe so. Kai on his part was ecstatic. He said it's nice to be going on a date with a girl that he really loves. So this will be good for them. It will be a good time for them to bond. And it's like, okay, Kai. Everyone was, the guys were excited for him. I think they were feeding off his energy. They can see that this is a different Kai from the Kai that they've spent, the first couple of weeks with, and they are happy for him. So we'll see how that day goes. Martin approaches Tanya to have a chat. He asks her, I think things have changed since we've come back to the villa. You're sort of being standoffish with me. You're not giving as much as you gave to me when we're in the Kasamo. And it's like, what did you expect? You got her head to turn because you kept telling her Shaq is not it for her. She played you the same way she played David. If you had watched previous episodes, you would have known that Tanya was never going to leave Shaq. And the fact that you thought by coming in and bad mouthing Shaq, you'd get Tanya's head to turn and Tanya wouldn't go back to Shaq after she told Shaq, I love you, and he told her he loved her. You were lying to yourself. And so Martin kept pushing and pushing, and you could see Tanya was becoming frustrated. And she in the end, she just sort of was dismissive, like, because even when he approached her and they asked her what's going on, she said thanking, more or less like to tell him, this is not the time. And he kept pushing and pushing, and she said, oh, I was nearly at the tip of telling him that that's it, I'm done. And it's like, why not tell him? I think Tanya was hoping there would be a recoupling. That way she could get rid of Martin on the same day, and he would go home and she wouldn't have to face the backlash. And so the fact that the producers have kept pushing the recoupling back and back and back is something I think that's eating at her. And she's now realized that Martin is not it. Martin is just as confrontational as she said, oh, I don't like it. It was a red flag for Shaq. And this is the way Martin is behaving. So she's realizing that Martin actually played her when she was playing him, and I think this is why she's sort of being hands off. Kai and Sana go on their date. I loved it. I loved the kayaking. I loved the fact that Kai actually acknowledged that he is showing a different side, or he's getting to experience a different part of himself with Sanam. Sanam is very relaxed and very laid back. I wish Sanam had told him what Olivia said, because I think she's trying to maintain the peace, and she knows that if she repeats what Olivia said to her, Kai will explode. So it was nice that they got to go on the date. I really can't see them working because they both seem to be very calm people. I think when Sanam came into Kasamo, her goal was to try and create a connection with someone. That way she could stay in the villa. And now that she's got a connection with Kai, you can see she's more calm. She's now more laid back. She's not sort of pushing herself on people. She's not wanting to kiss someone. She's not, it's just easygoing and very natural with Kai. So I really hope they continue to work. And I really hope at some point she does tell Kai what Olivia said. That way Kai can address that and that doesn't become a speed bump in their relationship. And then Shaq is sort of sitting there quietly, and Tanya walks up to him, and Tanya is now after his attention from the moment he said to her, I don't want you to be upset. You need to smile. You need to be happy. Whatever it is, explore your thing with Martin. I'm good. And I think because he said that to her, she then realized that, oh my God, he's moving on. I think she thought he was going to fight for her, and when he didn't, she realized that if she's not careful, he's going to leave her. So Shaq asks her, what happened yesterday? Why did you do that? Why did you come up to me? And she didn't say anything that made sense. She just started smiling. And it was nice for Shaq as well because they're now flirting. They're back to their normal selves. And I really hope they find a way to overcome this and that this doesn't haunt them throughout their relationship or throughout their connection. How much more can I love Kai and Sanaa? I love their date. I love. Uh, I, the way he was talking to her about life outside the villa, life in the villa, and the fact that he remembered what she looked like when she first came in made her really smile, and she realized that he wasn't just chatting crap and he was actually serious. Back in the villa, Martin and Tanya are sitting down for a chat. Tanya and Martin go for round two, and it doesn't work out the way I think Martin expected it to work out. I think he realized as soon as he got to the villa that Shaq was not going to be his problem because Shaq took a step back and let them be. And I think had Shaq sort of been in the space, sort of trying to fight for um, Tanya, then Martin would have got a way of sort of making him look like the bad guy. But because Shaq decided to keep to himself and mind his own business, Martin had nothing to play with, because the only way he attracted Tanya in Casa was he kept talking badly about Shaq. And now when they were in the villa, Shaq minded his business. He told them he was done and he moved on. And so I think Martin realized that, oh my God, this girl is about to break up with me. So he decided to break up with Tanya first. And so they are broken up. I didn't see their connection. I knew Tanya was playing him, so I wasn't surprised that they broke up. Yeah, so Kai and Sanaa returned to the villa, and it's interesting that when they were talking, Olivia, you could tell, was jealous. Olivia, you could tell, was jealous the way she was behaving. She was in her feelings. I don't think she was happy that Kai got to go on a date. Kai was excited. He was telling all the guys about how excited he is, and I think they can tell that this is actually genuine for him. I think because all his other connections haven't been as great, so I think to see him with Sanaa and to see how relaxed and how laid back he is and how happy he is, I think this is what the boys were sort of feeding off. While Ty and Sana are in the middle of telling the other islanders about their dates, they receive a text message that there's a VIP guest. I don't know who this Jax Jones is, but the islanders seem excited. Everybody seemed to have a great time. They were in a happy mood. So that was great to see. It was nice to see them sort of relax and sort of stop being petty and just living in the moment. Tanya is a savage. Oh my God, Tanya is a savage. I said this before. I said this before. Tanya is a savage. The way she played Martin, the same way she played David, and for her to stand up there, because after the DJ's gone and everybody's gone, and it's just the Islanders. She got in front of everyone and said, because I brought Martin in front of everyone, I want to speak in front of everyone and apologize to Shaq. And everyone is excited for Shaq because, this is what he's wanted. And Martin is fuming. Martin is fuming. Oh my God, he is fuming. And I said this when he was being smug and you were saying to Shaq, she's explored a long connection. She wants to explore a different connection. Well, look at how she's now embarrassing you in a way that's even worse than what she did to Shaq. At least to Shaq, she didn't really say anything as bad as what she's saying to about Martin. And so I feel sorry for Martin, but at the same time, he played himself. It is what it is. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.